Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to go over dollar yen as price has reached one of our targets, which was the 137.75 and the 200 daily moving average, and we've started to see some rejections. So we're going to talk about the market in general. What do we think could happen potentially next for dollar yen, and where we see our overall sort of targets for this market. So again, I've kind of changed the colors here just to kind of help visually with you be able to see the sort of time frame that I'm on, or the levels of interest. So I'm on the daily time frame here for dollar yen. You can see that because I've got my 200 daily moving average on there, and you can see that price has come into that 200 daily moving average just through here, and we're starting to reject. Now, just because price has come into the daily 200 moving average doesn't mean that price is going to fall away and continue to the downside. You can see here that actually price used it as some slight support on a couple of occasions, but traded right through it. So it doesn't mean that price is going to continue to trade, like for instance here, to the upside there. It's just a good sort of indication of where the overall sort of average of the market is looking. And to me, I still feel dollar yen is looking more to the upside, because although we've retested that 200 moving average and we're rejecting, the average of the 200 moving average is still moving to the upside. So I quite like the opportunity. If I just zoom out, you can see that the 200 moving average follows price by going to the sort of bottom left of the screen towards the top right of the screen. So we have that trend in place. Now, obviously, markets don't go in a straight line. They like to pull back. They like to retest areas and of liquidity and then continue to go to where they go to. So at the moment, we've traded up to the 137.75 handle. We've started to pull back. Now, the last time we actually spoke about dollar yen, we were looking to get long in this market, and or I was looking to get long in and around this area here. Okay, now what we discussed was the fact that price had formed this kind of higher low pattern, and that we could essentially see price push to the upside, whether it be back to these highs or to the 137.75 handle. And we talked about this demand zone to come through here, and that you should be potentially keeping your eyes around this zone, as it could be an area of support for price. So what I did was I waited for price to come into this area here, saw price retap that level, and then you can see how price reacted after the fact. Really nice move to the upside, and price rallied around about 212 pips higher. So that was a good market to watch going into last week. Now, obviously, we're looking at potentially for price to come a little bit lower now, because you can see that we're kind of trading to the downside here. Price is making lower highs and lower lows on our hourly. Our 4 hour has also started to make new lows in here. We had this bit of a pullback before price continued down. So I'm expecting a little bit more of a decline here now. I think we're going to see dollar yen potentially push a little bit lower. Now, this is all going to be dependent on that non-farm payroll data tomorrow, because non-farm payroll last month was severely over expectations. Okay, it came in around about the 512 number. Now, that was a real big shock to the market, because nobody thought that we'd get that type of data out of the jobs market. Even the Fed was shocked by that. Now, tomorrow we're actually expecting a little bit of a sort of lower number, which is to be expected. You can't expect 512, 517 every single time. In fact, we're probably going to see the number drop, but I still think anything over 200k is still technically a good number for the non-farm payroll, for employment. We are expected to see average hourly earnings rise as well, and the employment rate stay the same. I think if we get above 200 jobs, above a higher average hourly earnings, and the same unemployment rate, dollar's probably going to strengthen off the back of that. So the levels you need to watch in that case would be this 137.75 and this 139. I think if we clear the 137.75 and this 139, then it's going to really kind of ramp up the effort for dollar yen to head towards 142. 142 is a really big level for me, because you can see how price has reacted here in the past. We had quite a significant move towards 127 and 127.50, which is quite a significant downside move from dollar yen. And you can see here we've got all this sort of unsort of tested area. So I think above 142 is when we're going to see the 146. Above 146 we'll see 150, 150. So that's my overall longer term idea and theory around dollar yen. Again, like I said, however, you know, coming into the jobs data tomorrow, if it comes in a little bit softer, maybe we see average hourly earnings come in a little bit softer, jobs come under the 200k, unemployment rate goes a little bit higher, then that's going to back up the Federal Reserve for not hiking rates as aggressively, and you'll probably see the dollar weaken off the back of that. You'll see gold strengthen. You'll probably see stocks rally as well. So you've got the two sides of the coin there. And I think if we do get a softer jobs number, then we're probably going to see the 134 spot 50 being tested. If 134 spot 50 holds, you know, again, I'm kind of still expecting dollar to rally because of the overall market condition. But if we trade through 134 spot 50, we've got the 130 spot 75 as support as well. So there's a couple of different areas to look at in regards to that downside pressure. But ultimately, I still feel like dollar yen is going to move to the upside. If we kind of look at it from the fundamental point of view, you know, you've got the Bank of Japan who are not looking to be aggressive with their interest rates. You've got the Federal Reserve that are going to continue to hike interest rates. So the reward here really is to the upside for dollar yen, and I think we're going to probably head towards that 151 spot 50 in the near future. You know, just be a little bit careful with how you look at the markets going into tomorrow's data. You can see I've marked up a little bit of a zone where we talked about last time, that 135 spot 50, 135 spot 40 handle. You know, if price trades below these lows here, then I think it's the 134 spot 50 is going to get tested. But like I said, I'll be looking to see if price reacts to the 137 spot 75 or the 139 for potential opportunities to the upside. Hopefully that all made sense. If it did, leave this video a like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more of our Forex trading content. And I'll speak to you in the next video.